Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have a Trash to Treasure playlist for you. I am so excited about this. I really hope you enjoy the video. I love what I created and I hope you do too. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my sweet Oliver, and we are so happy you stopped by today. And if you're returning, oh, you guys, you mean the world to both of us. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I'm going to use some of these wood letters that I get from Hobby Lobby, and they come 2 in a pack. And then I'm going to use some of these floral greenery bushes from Dollar Tree. I just love them. They're so pretty. And then these beautiful napkins I got from DECOUPAGE.com. I'm also going to use 2 28-ounce cans and these fan blades that we had from the fan we took down in our guest room. So I'm just removing the little rubber things that were in those holes. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster and painted the cans and the fan blades. Then after they were all dried, I took the 2 plies off of this napkin here. And then I am going to add some Mod Podge, which is what I did there. I added Mod Podge to my can, and then I'm going to just start adding my napkin to that Mod Podge. Now, because this is on my metal can, I didn't want to use my heat press method, so I'm just going to use that plastic wrap. So I just put my Mod Podge down, laid the napkin over that area, and then tapped it down with my plastic wrap. And then I did the same thing on the inside. I'm just adding the Mod Podge to the inside, and then I'm just going to fold the tissue or the napkin over that edge and then just tap it down with my plastic wrap. And then on the bottom, I just put the Mod Podge on the bottom of the can, and then I kind of just used my paintbrush, my little brush there, to have the napkin go into that Mod Podge, and then I just kind of tapped it all in there. Then once I was done with that, I took Mod Podge and just covered all of that napkin. That way that napkin is protected, and set them aside to dry. While they were drying, I took my chalk paint in the color Plaster and colored the home letters, and then once those were dry, I took Mod Podge and covered those letters with the Mod Podge, and I let them dry. Once they were dry, I took my napkin and I placed them over my letters. I'm going to use parchment paper, just the parchment paper you use in your kitchen, and I'm covering my letters, my napkins with that, and I'm using my heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge. And then once I was done with that, I just cut the napkins between all the letters, and here I'm just covering the letters with that Mod Podge again to protect the napkin. And once it was all dry, I took my finger sander in that little file there and just sanded away all the excess. Then I took my big, I can't remember that it's called Big Mouth or Big something crocodile, and I'm making 2 holes in the cans there. And then I am going to use my drill that my husband got me for my birthday, and I'm making a couple holes in the fan blades. Here I'm just measuring how far up I made those holes, so that way I made the holes in the next one about the same length. That way they look even and don't look mismatched. Then I just marked there where the holes of the can matched and drilled my holes. Here I'm taking some craft sticks and adding wood glue and hot glue to attach those 2 fans together so they become one unit. Then I'm using my zip ties here. I'm stringing them through the can and through the fan blade and then up again, and then just tightening so that way my cans stay on these fans. You can also add a little dab of glue on the bottom if you want to keep it from moving. Then I decided I needed a little more color behind those letters, so I painted the top with my Lavender by Waverly, and then I'm just going to use wood glue and hot glue to add those letters. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill up my can with these beautiful flowers. Then I decided I wanted to do a little bit more, so I took this braided jute ribbon that I get from Amazon, and I'm just hot gluing it to the top and the bottom, just like you see me doing right there. And then when I was done with that, I decided to take some of this lavender lace ribbon from Dollar Tree and just made a simple shoestring bow and glued it there in place. And then I decided that this homeward needed to be framed. So I took some more of this twine, this braided jute twine here, and I am just hot gluing it to the the top and the bottom of my home sign just to kind of frame it all. And I absolutely love how this came out. I just think it is beautiful. And then I just created a hanger with some twine, and there it is. Ah, it's just lovely. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. And have you ever made a craft with a fan blade? I think some of you have, at least. I know you've said so before in the past. Okay. So this is the Trash to Treasure DIY playlist I am hosting this month, and my friends Amanda with 6 Kids and a Glue Gun and Chantel with Crafty Hints are my co-hosts. We get together every month and host a different playlist. So make sure you check out their channels and show them some love. Subscribe to them if you haven't already. And then make sure you check out the playlist to see what kinds of trash becomes treasures by everybody participating. Okay, here's DIY and number 2. I've been wanting to make something like this for a long time, so I'm so excited to do it. So I'm going to use my Rustoleum flat spray paint. I'm going to use 3 of these candlesticks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use 3 different size. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to use these Finial, I don't know, caps. I call them caps. I don't know if that's what they were called. And then 3 different size glass jars. So I'm going to start off by removing the labels off those jars. Now this one came off super easy. I just used my heat gun to kind of heat up that glue so that it would release that label, and then I used Goo Gone on it. And then once I got that one off, I worked on this one. This one wasn't as easy to get that off. I kind of had to scrape at it, but then I used Goo Gone on it as well. Then I taped the middle of all my jars with some painter's tape, and then I'm taking some super glue here and I'm going all around the candlesticks, and then I'm going to turn my jar over and I'm going to put my candlestick right on the middle there. And then once I have it placed, I'm going to spray it with my accelerant, and this just makes that super glue activate within like 7 to 10 seconds. I do have some of that accelerant in my Amazon store if you're interested in trying it out. Once I was done with that, I took these finials, and since they had the little strips of wood there, I used my miter shears to cut them, but it doesn't cut all the way. So I'm just going to take my box knife here and just kind of cut at that piece that was sticking out still. And I'm just going to cut it away. And then when I cut some off, I used my sanding block to try to sand some of it off, and then I just kept using my box cutter and until I had it to where it was really smooth and not wobbly when you stand it up. So what should be just a moment. It took me a little bit, but it wasn't hard at all. It's just a little time consuming trying to get that little pieces off. Then I went ahead with my super glue and put it on the bottom of my finial. And I'm just placing it where I want it and then spraying it with my accelerant. Hold it down for 7 to 10 seconds and it is done. Then I took everything out and gave it a good coat of my spray paint there. Once they were all dry, I'm removing the tape. And then I decided I wanted to add some of this braided jute ribbon that I get from Amazon. And I'm going to go all the way around where the paint ends at the glass. I'm sorry if you hear my grandsons in the background. They're having some fun playing some games. So I gonna hot glue that there, and then I decided, you know what, I really like the way this looks. I'm gonna add some to the top. So I'm just gonna go along the edge there and just hot glue that in place as well. Excuse me, guys. And let's see. I'm gonna continue to hot glue this until I get done. But you guys, these things could be used for so many things. You could use these in a bathroom to put like cotton balls or Q-tips. You can use in the kitchen, which is kind of what I'm planning on doing. I'm just making a shoestring bow. Sorry about that cough, you guys. and I'm going to hot glue it to the front, and I do that to all of them. But my plan is to use these in my kitchen this fall and add some different colorful lentils or beans or something like that. Some like red and gold, maybe some corn or popcorn, whatever. But I just love them. I think they're beautiful. You have to let me know what you think about them as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. And Kathy did this amazing little house piece, and it's like 23 inches tall. She did an amazing job. Thank you, Kathy. And then Ton did these beautiful 4th of July or patriotic decor. Thank you so much, Ton. I love them. Thank you, ladies, for sharing those with us. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and I'd be more than happy to showcase them for you. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use some of this material that I got from Hobby Lobby, I believe. Some more of this ribbon, or jute ribbon, and then one of these yogurt containers. So I'm going to start off by cutting off a strip of my fabric here. And then I thought it was still too big, so I cut it down. I folded it about the length or the width that I wanted it, and then folded it in half and cut it. Then I'm just cutting. I wanted both ends to be a clean edge. So I'm just putting a little bit of my hot glue on my fabric, and then I am turning the other end over it, just like you see me doing right there. After that, I am just going to add a little bit of hot glue and then lay my fabric down on it. And then once I was done with that, I'm going to continue to use my hot glue. I'm going to tack that fabric down, but as I tack it, I just really kind of pull on that material to make sure that I'm not getting any wrinkles. And then I decide to cut it. When I got to the end, I thought I cut enough to overlap, but no, look, it doesn't completely overlap. So on this part, I was able to kind of turn it down so that we have a clean finished edge, but this was not matching, as you can see there. And I'm pulling and I'm trying to make it match and come together, but I couldn't. But that's okay, because I know how to fix it. So I'm going to take some more super glue, oh my goodness, hot glue, and I'm going to glue this ribbon all the way around the bottom. And I'm just putting dabs of glue here and there. I don't do it all over. At least I don't think I do. And then I'm just going to start above where I started and just start hot gluing and going around. And I think I did 3 or 4 rows. I don't remember, but I did a few rows, and then once I was done, looks like I did 4 rows there, I started right where that gap was on that material with my ribbon, and I just started doing the same thing on the top. And I'm going to hot glue it all the way up to the lip of this container. And I'm sorry, I've lost some footage, so I'll have to kind of explain what I did next. So I took my Fabri-Tack glue by Beacon, and I'm going to use it on the sides of my fabric here to glue them together. I'm gluing the right sides together, just like you see. So I'm just going to run that that glue along the edges. I'm creasing it here so I kind of know exactly where I'm going to fold it, I guess. But I'm just going to go along the edges just like you see, and then I'm going to hold it together. I leave it for about an hour, and then once that hour was up, I just stuck that inside of my little plastic container, and I opened the top part up and just spread it over the container lip, and then I continued wrapping with my ribbon. And then I also made a few little handles on the side. You can't see it. I am so sorry, I lost footage for that. But there it is, and I love how this came out. And I think throwing those sunflowers in there are so cute, but you could even use it to hold utensils for a picnic. It'd be perfect. I want to take a moment to thank all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. And if you are new here today and enjoy this video, please subscribe before you go. And if you guys would like to help support my channel, you can do that by giving me that thumbs up, comment, and watch those ads. I really do appreciate all of that. And if you would like to follow me on social media, you can find links to my accounts in my description box, as well as the links to my affiliates. Okay, so here's DIY number 4. This is a super easy one, you guys. I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paints in the color white and Agave. I am going to take a picture from this 2023 calendar. And then I'm going to also, I'm going to show you which picture I'm going to use. I have a whole bunch of calendars I have not been using this year, so I figured I better start. I'm going to use 2 round pieces of cardboard. And I don't know what sizes these are. These came, well, one of them came from some frozen pizza. So I'm going to start off by putting some wood glue around the middle and then hot glue around the edge. And then I'm going to add that top piece right to the bottom piece. After that was done, I don't remember what I did because I did this about a week and a half ago. Okay, I'm marking the middle spot, and then I'm just going to use my painter's tape to mark off the middle. I do paint the top part with white and the bottom part with the Agave. Once those were all dry and I did the front and the back, I took and I cut out my calendar piece that I wanted to use, and I am just using regular super glue. Oh my goodness, you guys. School glue here. I did rip my page a little bit, but that's okay. I was able to fix it. And I'm just gluing this all down in place. And then after I had that part done, I took the next piece that I cut out, and I'm just putting the school glue behind that one as well. And then I'm just going to lay that right next to it, just like you see me doing right there. And I really love how this came out. And you know what? Nobody would know unless they touch this. This is not a wood round because it looks like it would be a wood round. I just love it. So I decided to take some twine and just glue it all around my little sign there that says freshly picked. And that just kind of frames it in. I just thought it just kind of gave it a little bit more detail and dimension and made it look a little more high end. And I am trying to pick off the hot glue there. I hate those hot glue strings. I find them everywhere, all over me. It drives me nuts. So after that, I decided, okay, who wants to see that nasty cardboard edge, right? So I'm going to take some more of that braided jute ribbon that I have in my Amazon store, and I am going to hot glue this all the way around the edge, just like you see me doing right there. And I just do this all the way around. And once I was done, I took one of these burlap flowers from Dollar Tree and I just hot glued it to the top there. And then I just made a hanger using some more of that ribbon. And that's all there was for this one. Super easy, but you guys, I really love how this came out. I think it is so, so cute. And who would know it was made from cardboard? I don't know. I think if you have it hanging on a wall, nobody would know. But look at this. Look how cute that is. I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love it. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And which one was your favorite today? And will you be recreating any of them using some trash? So, final reveal is coming right up, you guys. I thank you all so very much for being here, for always being part of my video life. I really appreciate all of you. Again, if you're new here, make sure you hit that thumbs up and comment and hit that subscribe button before you go. Even if you're not new here, give me that thumbs up and comment, please. I appreciate it. It really does help my channel. I will be back again on the 3rd with another video. So with all that being said, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you check out the playlist, Amanda and Chantel's videos, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.